From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning and Merry Christmas Eve. It is going to be a windy Christmas Eve for the foothills and the mountains. Gusts up around 35 to 40 miles per hour. Could have some wintry precip for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys for today, for Christmas Day, and then for Friday as well. And then another round of mountain snow from 4 p.m. tomorrow to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Okay, winds already starting to pick up out of the south and out of the east, especially for the mountains, but these are going to spread down into the foothills. It'll also be a little bit breezy for the basin a little bit later today. The fog has been impacting the foothills in the Kittitas Valley. We'll see if that starts to squeeze into the Yakima Valley or to the lower Columbia Basin. Temperatures this morning, we're seeing 30s for the valleys, 30s and 40s for the basin, and 30s for the foothills. 20s and 30s for the Cascades, 30s and 40s for the Blues. All of us need to bundle up. Seeing some wet weather this morning for Yakima and Kittitas County. Looks like this is lifting out of Benton and Franklin counties. But that being said, here's your umbrella cast for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. Trending drier throughout the day and then looking completely dry after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So for today, for lower elevations, going to end up in the 40s and 50s, and again tracking that potential for some freezing rain in the Kittitas Valley and the gusts. We'll talk about that as well coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, some new developments this morning in the deadly hit and run. They killed a Washington State Patrol trooper. Now police say they've impounded a vehicle believed to be connected to that crash. We have the very latest on the investigation.
Plus, a major change could be coming to Washington, one that would make the state the strictest in the nation when it comes to drunk driving. Coming up, what a lower BAC limit could mean for Washingtonians, bars, and local courts.
And more cases, fewer resources. A surprise budget cut could slow down justice in Franklin County. Straight ahead, we'll see why prosecutors say they're already stretched thin and what could be at risk. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, December 24th. Merry Christmas Eve to you.
Christmas
and all
Eve.
of you, yes.
It got here so quick. Oh my goodness.
I know. I feel like it was just
New Year's?
well, like the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
And now it just
flew by.
Flew by so quickly.
And then Christmas is tomorrow. Oh, there's so much going on.
I know.
In the community, and we'll have more on the weather forecast and those community events later on in the newscast. But we do want to start with your continuing coverage as Tacoma police have impounded a vehicle that's believed to be connected with the tragic hit and run that claimed the life of a Washington State Patrol trooper.
Take a look at this new image of the suspected vehicle. Officials say 29-year-old Tara Marissa Guting was struck by two cars while investigating a crash on State Route 509 in Tacoma last Friday. We're told despite attempts by bystanders to help save her life, she passed away at the scene. Now, the first driver stayed and cooperated with police, but the second car fled the scene. That's all we know about the vehicle of interest so far at this time. Of course, to see previous coverage on the story, you can head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And
also at this time, the investigation is ongoing, so anybody with information should contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. And speaking of crashes on roadways, many can happen, of course, during the holidays as people tend to celebrate and at times celebrate them with alcohol. And developing this morning, we're learning Washington lawmakers are proposing to lower the state's blood alcohol content limit for the first time in 25 years. So this proposal is to lower the limit from 0.8 to 0.5, or 0.5 rather. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stifkevitz has how local officials and bar owners are reacting to the possible change.
The Washington Traffic Safety Commission says that nearly a third of fatal crashes in the state involve drivers under the influence of alcohol. And it's causing some state lawmakers to support what would be the strictest blood alcohol content limit in the country, 0.05. As the possible change will start to be considered at the state's legislative session next month, many local bar owners are thinking about how it could impact their businesses. Some bar owners tell me that a change to the legal limit won't have an impact on the way they do their day-to-day operations.
I don't think it would really make a difference for our bar specifically. We already have things put into place to watch for intoxication and cutting people off. So I don't think personally will affect the bars. It just might make Uber a little busier.
Instead, Clark says she wonders how a change to the legal limit could affect the Parkade financially, as she says some customers may choose to stay at home instead if the new rules are passed. Some local officials say that a change could put a strain on local government as well. Franklin County Prosecutor Sean Sant says that if the legal BAC level gets changed, he expects an increase in DUI cases. And with limited staffing, it could put a heavy burden on the system.
So obviously, with that kind of shift in the number of cases that would likely be prosecuted at the county level, we would hope that it would also be inclusive of state resources, which would be funding.
Advocates for the change point to the first state to set a 0.05 limit, Utah, which they say has seen a decrease in alcohol-related crashes and fatal crashes. While Clark and Sant both say they believe a change could help keep the community safer, they think there would need to be some support from the state to get it done effectively.
But I know State Patrol and other law enforcement agencies have always taken an opportunity when there is such a change to try to kind of take the public address approach to make sure that we put out the education out there and try to get people just to reconsider.
Clark also says that lowering rideshare costs or finding other ways to get customers home safely could help make sure that bars don't hurt financially from a change. Reporting from Kennewick, Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And next year's legislative session will kick off on January 12th.
It'll run through March, and we'll of course keep you updated on the proposal.
And now turning to Pasco, where a last-minute budget cut in Franklin County has some people raising concerns about public safety.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen spoke with the county prosecutor and for an in-depth look into whether they can keep up as crime cases continue to climb.
Franklin County Prosecutor Sean Sant says his office is already stretched thin, and a surprise budget cut could make things worse.
So obviously, we had to look at where we need to cut. You know, what kind of services are going to be cut, because $160,000 essentially means that's going to have an impact either on personnel or other services that we simply can't provide.
Money, Sant says, was needed to add another deputy prosecutor. Since 2011, the office has added just 2 attorneys, even as cases set for trial jumped from fewer than 100 to nearly 400 at any given time.
In addition to the growing workload, just because of our population growth, we also have cases that we're trying to catch up with the backlog. So we have out-of-custody screening cases, and those are approximately 350 of those cases, in addition to the cases that are already charged, already being prosecuted in the court system.
Sant says recruiting and retaining prosecutors has already been a challenge.
We did make a significant shift for being able to compensate people that we were trying to recruit within our office to try to retain as well as recruit prosecutors. At one point in time, we were down 5 deputy prosecutor positions.
He warns without more staffing, delays in charging decisions in court proceedings could become the new normal, and that could affect victims and the community alike.
We recognize that community safety is such an important factor in our community, and we want to stay ahead of the curve.
Sant says the office will continue advocating for additional positions it believes are necessary to handle the growing workload and keep the justice system moving. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And the $160,000 of budget cuts won't just impact the prosecutor's office, but public health fees and general spending as well. And Franklin County commissioners say this is a move they needed to make to address shortfalls, avoid raising property taxes, and responding to state audit recommendations.
Yeah, Sant says his office is committed to public safety, but warns that delays are likely without more staff. He adds the office will, of course, continue advocating for more prosecutors to keep up with the rising cases.
And keep it here, because coming up next, this morning, new questions after a deadly explosion tore through a nursing home near Philadelphia. Coming up, what officials say may have caused the blast and how residents and staff were rushed to safety as firefighters responded. That and more is straight ahead in your national headlines.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 9 minutes after 5 on this Christmas Eve. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will be back after the break with a look at your first alert forecast, talking about some gusty winds ahead.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats. At Legends Casino Hotel, we believe the perfect meal begins long before it reaches the table. That's why we partner exclusively with Royal Ranch, a family farm right here in Washington. From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins on land cared for by people who believe in feeding their community responsibly. These cattle are pasture-raised, nourished through a regenerative loop that gives back to the soil and sustains the planet. For us, it's more than food. It's tradition, it's respect for the land, and pride in the people who make it possible. Treat yourself to all-natural pasture-raised, flame-broiled steaks, or melt in your mouth succulent prime rib. Try one of our towering burger creations, the legendary Mount Hood and Mount Adams. Stacked high with all your favorite fixing to satisfy the heartiest appetites and deliver a flavor experience that's bold, memorable, and unmistakably Northwest. From the first sizzle to the last bite, every dish tells a story. Taste the trust. Taste the tradition. Taste Royal Ranch beef, proudly crafted and executed by our culinary trained professionals at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Always local, always better, always legendary.
The Kia Season of New Tradition sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Niro, Seltos, Sorento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX X-Line all-wheel drive for just $46,617 and 0.9% for 60 months. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
We're spreading cheer across the country
with the biggest event of the season.
Celebrate with Gwen Stefani, Nicole Scherzinger, Lady A, and more.
These performances
will slay.
The Emmy-winning Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade, Christmas Day on ABC.
Merry Christmas from Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's a current look at road conditions, and obviously up in the Cascades, that would not be a fun commute this morning as we are seeing snowy and icy roads. Now, this is just what our computer graphics algorithm is saying, but let's go ahead and show you what the boots on the ground with WashDOT are saying. I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass, bare and wet, traction tires are advised though. And then for US Highway 12 at White Pass, it's snowy and slushy, traction tires advised as well. Then we'll take you over to the Blue Mountains where it didn't look as bad on that graphic, but still slushy and snowy. That's what the folks at ODOT are saying. Traction tires advised. And then for I-84 at Cabbage Hill, bare pavement, traction tires also advised. Okay, from road conditions to the winds, let's go ahead and talk about those. So we could have 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts for the foothills and mountains for today. Current look again at the wind gusts, and we're seeing gusts anywhere between 25 to 30 miles per hour for the mountains. But let's put this in motion with Futurecast. Keep in mind, this is just one iteration of one model run, but this is suggesting some very strong wind gusts closer to midday for the Blue Mountains. This model saying upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour, quickly calming down though into the evening. So that is just one interpretation. If you take into account other models, and of course, you can see hour-by-hour wind gusts yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. But if you take into account a bunch of models, model consensus being a lot more conservative with those estimates, 35 to 40 miles per hour. So that covers the winds. Now on to wintry precip for the valleys over the next handful of days. We'll talk about that. Time it out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. Switching gears now and setting our sights on our national headlines where a major story is developing this morning. A deadly blast killing 2 people, injuring 20 others. It happened at a nursing home outside of Philadelphia.
Staff members say they smelled gas days before this catastrophic explosion. ABC's Hannah Batal has more.
This morning, there are new questions after a deadly blast leveled part of a nursing home near Philadelphia. It was definitely heard like some like a dynamite explosion.
Officials say firefighters were investigating reports of a gas leak at Silver Lake Nursing Home when the blast occurred.
We believe preliminarily that it was a gas leak that led to that. The explosion was really quite catastrophic.
Emergency crews rushing to the scene, rushing to evacuate the 120 residents and staff as black smoke filled the sky.
It's so devastating, and it's like a big family in there.
And as the rescue unfolded, a second blast occurred. The explosions trapping people inside the building as fires burned.
They pulled many residents out of the building via windows, doors, stuck in stairwells, stuck in elevator shafts. There was one police officer who literally threw 2 people over his shoulders and ran with people to help.
Overnight, officials saying all residents and staff have been found. Authorities are investigating the cause of the blast, but say the gas leak was in the facility's basement. One worker says they complained about a potential gas leak days ago.
On the weekend, we did smell gas, but because there was no heat in the room, so we didn't take it to be anything.
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
And according to the Pennsylvania Department of Health, the nursing home was inspected in October and was not in compliance with several state regulations.
That includes things like missing fire extinguishers in parts of the building.
Investigation continues. We'll keep you updated.
All right, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking. He's talking if it'll be a white Christmas or a freezing fog, freezing rain kind of Christmas. Doesn't really roll off the tongue or sound pleasant. I know, it's gross. He's going to have the details in that First Alert full weather forecast right after the break.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store today. Get them the perfect Christmas gift. All puzzles and board games are 20% off. A Crownful vacuum sealer is just $39.99. Save 30% off all winter socks, sleepwear, robes, thermal underwear, and slippers. Everyone's favorite Brown and Haley 10-ounce Rokas are just $4.99. And save 30% off pet Christmas toys, apparel, and treats. There's still time to save on everything you need for Christmas at Bi-Mart.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bare my skin. Yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Now is the best time to shop mattresses at Macy's. We make it easy with our lowest prices of the season on so many top brands, our 120-day comfort trial, and a Macy's gift card up to $300. It's Macy's After Christmas Sale, going on now.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
Crack it. Flyers. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Sunday on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Of course, we have the wintry precip to talk about in the valleys, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. But first, I wanted to talk about another round of snow that we have from 4 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Saturday. So this is on the horizon. And of course, it's just because more storm systems on the horizon in the Pacific. Those will continue to impact us over the next handful of days. First alert radar showing you that a lot of this rainfall, and it's a bit of a rain-snow mix in some areas, but it is lifting to the north for now, but we have more to go. So let's put this into motion with Futurecast radar. 8 a.m. looking pretty widespread out there. Now by lunchtime, trending a little bit drier, the same thing as we head into the evening, but into the wee hours of the morning for Thursday, actually a little bit later than that, here comes another round of rain. This could put down some wintry stuff in the valleys. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. And then we'll just have even more as we head throughout the day on Thursday, which is Christmas Day, and then into Friday morning as well. So, of course, you can see hour-by-hour precip chances yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. But, of course, Futurecast didn't extend all the way out until the end of this round of snow, which is going to be 4 p.m. on Saturday. So, just to reiterate, that main time frame, 4 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Saturday, maybe 3 to 9 inches of snow for a Cascade passes, 3 to 4 inches of snow for a Blue Mountain passes. So, if you have to travel to the west side to and fro, just have the winter safety kit, have the tire chains ready to go. Okay, now let's talk about the wintry precip in the valleys for today, tomorrow, and for Friday as well. So this half hour, we're going to talk about the Yakima Valley. The next half hour, we're going to talk about the Kittitas Valley. But you see rain chances kind of dwindling throughout today. But then for tomorrow, before 7 a.m., could see some freezing rain. Now, after that, rain chances are going to be small. It should just be a cold rain. But then into Friday morning, here we go again. Before 7 a.m., could have some more freezing rain. So if you're going to be commuting during those time frames, if you see a wet spot on the road, just assume that it's ice. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small rain chances through Friday, then dry Saturday and beyond. In Yakima, chances for freezing rain Christmas morning and Friday morning. In Ellensburg, the possibility of freezing rain over the next couple mornings, then perhaps some snow for Friday. In Hermiston, small shower chances through Friday, drying out for the weekend. And then for Walla Walla, rain probabilities going up into Friday, then maybe some snow for Friday night into Saturday.
There is snow in the forecast.
At some point this week.
At different
definitely in the
levels
mountains.
of elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freezing rain Christmas. Slick Christmas.
It's not going to be a white Christmas, though. Don't know what to tell you other
Slick
than that.
Christmas.
I'm still going to hope.
We can still manifest. It could be a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. I think he does kind of know.
I know.
We're going to pretend like you never know.
We got this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. For hundreds of years, it was a secret. But this Christmas, one family is welcoming a new holiday tradition into their home. Coming up, how Elf on the Shelf became a modern Christmas ritual and why it's creating magic for a whole new generation. We're going to check it out after the break.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Welcome to Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Kennewick, where every visit feels like a celebration of flavor, friendship, and Northwest hospitality.
As the executive chef, I actually get to work out front a lot, so I'm delivering food to the guests and I'm able to talk to them. And I personally enjoy working our grill and doing the steaks like our ribeyes and our fillets and really great cuts of meat. It's just nice to be able to create something and then see the customer, try it and really enjoy it.
When I see new faces that I haven't seen before, I like going over and talking to them, making sure they have a good time.
Kitchen staff here has me so spoiled. It's hard for me to go out to eat anywhere else because they are fast and efficient, and I think the presentation is beautiful. I think that we have servers that really care about their job. I can see how much they care about their tables and their customers and making sure that everybody leaves happy.
The time you're here spent with us, we're going to make you laugh, have a great time, and make you part of the family. A popular drink for sure is going to be the lemon drop, which comes in different flavors such as huckleberry, strawberry, raspberry, or a classic. But my job in particular is to make sure the guests are happy and smile.
From handcrafted cocktails to chef-inspired dishes, every detail at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar is designed for one thing, making you feel right at home. Join us at Columbia Center Mall in Kennewick. where every day is a celebration of great food, great drinks, and great company.
Is your body sending you an SOS? If you have high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you about increased risks like heart attack or stroke. Don't miss the hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a UACR urine test.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Check this out. Even though Santa Claus can see you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake, he still needs help from his elves.
Well, of course. So Elf on the Shelf was created 20 years ago, and since then, more than 31 million Scout elves, elf pets, and elf mates have been sold, according to the Lumistella Company.
So needless to say, it's become a Christmas tradition for many children and parents. This morning, Yvonne Rodriguez reports on how it all began and what it means for families today.
For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret.
This Christmas, there's a new tradition for Diana Zito and her family.
It now can be shared if you promise to keep it.
His name is Doodles, their elf on the shelf.
My mom thought of it, and she thought it would be a good name.
The Zitos welcomed Doodles into their home after being inspired by the elves in their son Luca's school. The elves are set up in different scenarios daily to help Santa monitor who's being naughty and who's being nice.
One of his friends actually said, well, I just thought everyone had an elf. And so we were a little bit peer pressured into it. But I think that's just, it's a testament. It just speaks to how much of a Christmas tradition it has become.
20 years ago in Marietta, Georgia, Shanda Bell and her family created the new tradition Elf on the Shelf that has since cemented itself into Christmas lore.
I was sitting with my mom having tea one day, and I looked up and I saw our elf that we grew up with sitting on a shelf. And I said, Mom, we should write a story about our elf.
That idea led them into the Santaverse, creating stories of Santa's North Pole for books, animated series,
and fly up north to see Saint Nick.
And games. Their impact can be seen through the troves of letters children mail in during Christmas.
So some of them are letters to kids from Santa Claus, some of them are from schools. This one asks us to please don't cancel Christmas. But it says you bring joy to our world, right? And so I can't imagine anything more special than that.
In the decades ahead, Bell hopes to bring more joy to families through their stories without losing sight of the original magic that helped them win the hearts of many.
We take that with a lot of responsibility. We understand that we're the voice of Santa Claus for an entire generation of families.
All right, you want to go look at him? Hey, Doodles?
In the end, there's no greater joy for a parent than seeing their children happy on Christmas.
When they come running in our room and say, we found the elf, Doodles is here, Doodles is there. They've just really enjoyed it, and I think it definitely will become a tradition in our house. We'll have Doodles back next year and beyond.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Well, once you start, you can't stop. We've got Buddy, Rose, and their pet Fireball.
Elves on the shelves.
And one of them broke the TV the other day, right?
They're naughty little elves.
I think it's a cute tradition. I'm gonna start it.
They fixed it.
As they should.
Who knows what they're up to right now? Roaming around, waiting for the kids to wake up. Crazy old things.
I love it.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Turning generosity into smiles this holiday season. A holiday tradition, once again, spreading joy to kids who won't be home for Christmas. Coming up, how a local toy drive is making a big difference.
And crafts, creativity, and a reason to get out of the house. Up next, how the Grandview Library is opening its doors for all ages fun this Christmas. All the details are in your next half hour, but first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a group of writers suing OpenAI, Meta, Google, and other artificial intelligence companies. The writers, including Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times reporter John Carreyrou, accuse the platforms of training their AI models on copyrighted books without consent. Next, Zoox is recalling a software update over concerns its driverless vehicles are crossing over center lines or blocking crosswalks. The Amazon-owned company provides free rides in parts of San Francisco and Las Vegas. Zoox says no collisions are linked to the software issue. And finally, what's being called the world's first gaming hotel is coming. Its designers say Atari Hotels Phoenix will have plenty of nods to classic Atari games, plus arcades, nightclubs, and an esports venue. Construction starts next year, and it's expected to open in 2028. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
The White Elephant Gift Exchange, a time-honored tradition, equal parts holiday cheer and psychological warfare. And this year, you didn't just bring a gift, you brought the main attraction. Luckily, you came prepared. The moral? In a gift swap, the true players bring enough stripes to go around. Give something beautiful, Sephora.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Self-care has never been this easy. Try Zero Sugar Gummies from Nature Made. Same benefits, zero sugar.
Herbal Essences is a force of nature, made with supercharged botanical blends. Our sulfate-free formulas deeply penetrate to boost hair health without the Salon Naturals price tag. Herbal Essences.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us and joining us here on this Christmas Eve for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
It is Christmas Eve. There is no snow.
But what's the visibility going to be like tonight for Santa? I think that's the real question, you know?
I think it could be a little bit dicey at times, but he's got someone who's leading the charge at the front of the pack, right?
Yeah.
And Santa, he's been around the block too, so he knows his way around. All right, let's go ahead. Let's talk about those big weather stories. And of course, it is going to be windy for the foothills and for the mountains for today. The precip, so the slick Christmas that we've been talking about as opposed to the white Christmas in the valleys, and then maybe another round of some mountain snow from Thursday evening through Saturday afternoon. So for now, we're going to hone in on the gusts that we could see for today, for the foothills and for the mountains. Those gusts anywhere between 35 to 40 miles per hour. Now for this morning, they're already up around 30 miles per hour out of the south and east. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast gusts. And keep in mind, this is one iteration of one model run. This one in particular being very aggressive with the winds for the Blue Mountains. Gusts up around 50 to 60 miles per hour, but then they'll quickly calm down as we head into the evening and overnight hours. So that is definitely going to be some good news for the big man. So here is more of a model consensus look at some of the wind gusts we're anticipating for today. I'm being much more conservative with things, 35 to 40 miles per hour. But regardless, it's going to be difficult travel for high-profile vehicles. And also, if you have any Christmas decorations out there, they could blow away. So just be sure that you're tying those down. Okay, now on to the fog aspect of this. Santa definitely has a lot of vested interest in this. We'll talk about this forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We begin this half hour of news looking to local living, where the Sunnyside Police Department teamed up with the Sunnyside Police Foundation and Cornerstone Church to feed the community. They did this all yesterday. About 20 volunteers from the department, the church, and the community gave out more than 300 meals. Cars, as you can see in the video, pulled up. Volunteers handed in their food. It was all for free. This is the third year that the department has put on the event for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. Police Chief Rob Lehman says there's a reason for that.
The original plan was just to build partnerships between the police department and the community. And then once we saw the need, when we're sometimes running out of 325, 350 meals, 300 meals, and there's still people in line, it tells us that there's people that need this. And so we've continued to do it and tried to expand it every year.
Lehman says that with the turnout they saw yesterday, the department is planning on hosting the event, of course, again next year as well.
5:34 and making a difference now. A local holiday tradition is once again bringing smiles to kids who won't be home for Christmas. For the past 4 weeks, listeners of 94.9 The Wolf have been donating new unwrapped toys as part of the station's 8th annual Christmas tree of cash and prizes. Each donation gave listeners a chance to pull an envelope from the tree filled with cash or prizes donated by the Kennewick Police Department Foundation and local businesses, and all of those toys go straight to Cadlick's Regional Medical Center's Pediatric Center. That's for children who will spend the holidays in the hospital.
I was in the hospital when I was, I was 3 years old when I was diagnosed with Crohn's. And so I've spent many holidays and many birthdays and everything in the hospital. And I know how much it sucks to be in there for those important events. And so for us to be able to go there and hopefully provide toys for the children so they can have just a little more holiday joy.
The organizer and his family have been delivering toys to hospitalized kids for 17 years, a tradition that's now grown into a community-wide effort. That's with help from STCU, law enforcement agencies, and volunteers donating their time to make the deliveries. And organizers say it's a reminder that even a small act of kindness can make a big difference during the holidays.
Good people doing good things. All right, looking ahead today for those looking for something to do over the next few days, the Grandview Library has some options. The library is going to be offering free all ages crafts all day, including DIY Christmas ornaments. They're also hosting adult arts and crafts sessions each day this week, except for on Christmas Day. But the library director says it's a good way to get out of the house and do it for free.
One thing about libraries is it's one of the few places in our society these days that we can exist without any expectation of money. And so being able to offer free services like computers and books, but also things to do with your family. I mean, family time is important. We can't all afford to have books in our home or craft supplies in our home.
And so for those wanting to join in on the fun, today the library will be open from 9 to 1.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, for millions of Americans, the holiday rush is officially on and travel numbers are expected to shatter records. Coming up, we have when AAA says you should hit the road or head to the airport, and also the tips that could save you time, stress, and money this holiday season. All your consumer news is right after the break.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
We raise our hot cocoa mugs to you.
For you to have the most joyous and special holiday.
And celebrate with family and friends.
Like us. From our GMA family to yours.
Happy holidays!
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
Get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. See your Inland Empire GMC dealers.
Snow is in the air, and it's beginning to look a lot like savings during the holiday sale at Furniture Row. Stop in today because everything is on sale with savings up to 50%. Unwrap amazing deals on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, make decorating your entire home easier with 48 months, no interest, and no down payment. So pack up the sleigh, pick up grandmother on the way, and shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Happy holidays from Furniture Row.
Twist the month before gifting. Garage piled high. Houses were bursting. Time to let clutter fly. The Habitat Store wish list is merry and clear. Our shelves need your treasures as holidays near. Make room for the new by sharing the old. Clean, sell-ready items, tidy and bold. We turn good tidings to homes built with grace. For local families to find a safe place. Drop off in Richland, all items lovely and bright. Or call for free pickup and fill our wish list tonight.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish is coming to an end for 2025. But before it wraps, we want to acknowledge and thank Idaho Community Credit Union, IBEW Local 112, Chinook Home Healthcare, and Yokes Fresh Market. Also, a big thank you to viewers who submitted names of people in our communities who need help. Because of these efforts, many families had a much merrier Christmas and will start the new year a bit better off. Christmas Wish from Apple Valley News Now. See you next year.
Is it cold outside? Chuck here from Pizza Speedway in Kennewick. Swing by and grab hot pizza in minutes. Right now, buy one pizza, get one free of equal or lesser value. Limit one per customer. With this deal, you can get 2 large pizzas for $17 plus tax. Call ahead or walk in to order. Then cruise the drive-thru or step inside to pick up. Just mention this ad for the discount. Cozy up with a slice and a flavored energy drink or soda infusion. Visit us today at 525 North Edison in Kennewick. Pizza Speedway. Dinner in a flash.
We're spreading cheer across the country
with the biggest event of the season.
Celebrate with Gwen Stefani, Nicole Scherzinger, Lady A, and more.
These performances will
slay.
The Emmy-winning Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade, Christmas Day on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's another look at road conditions. And again, our graphic software is suggesting that the roads up in the Cascades are icy or snowy. But another look at things, this is from what we have visual confirmation on, and also from the people that are reporting on the road conditions with WashDOT and ODOT. So I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass, it's bare and wet. Traction tires are advised per the last checkup. And then for US 12 at White Pass, snowy and slushy, traction tires are advised. And now we'll slide on down to the Blue Mountains, Oregon 204 at Tollgate, slushy and snowy, traction tires advised. And then for I-84 at Cabbage Hill, it's bare pavement for now, and traction tires also advised. Okay, now let's talk about the foggy starts that we could have to this morning and to tomorrow morning as well. So for now, fog mainly just over Walla Walla, also around that Wallula Junction, and then starting to encroach on the Kittitas Valley. Does this make it into the Yakima Valley? Does this make it into the basin? We'll see how that pans out for the rest of this morning. But for now, we're thinking for Ellensburg, for Pendleton, for Walla Walla, we'll have the possibility of fog up until 9 a.m. And then for tonight, for Walla Walla, it's going to could return as soon as 7 p.m. And then for tomorrow, model consensus is saying, you know what, the best chances for fog going to be in Walla Walla and Ellensburg, but we cannot rule out some patchy areas of fog for points in between. And some of that could be freezing fog, just given that some of those overnight lows are going to be below freezing. Speaking of that, there's going to be a chance for some freezing precip in the valleys for today, tomorrow, and for Friday. I'll talk about that and time it out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. 542, taking a look at your consumer alert this morning as the holiday travel rush is in full swing. AAA estimating a record number of people will travel between now and the end of the year.
And TSA is warning passengers to expect long lines at airports, but there are some tips and tricks that can make your trip smoother. In this morning's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has the do's and don'ts for traveling this holiday season.
For many Americans, 'tis the season to travel, and AAA is expecting more than 122 million people to travel 50 miles or more between now and January 1st.
We're projecting another record.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says the busiest days to travel are the days leading up to Christmas. So, when should you head out?
The holiday itself is always the best day to travel.
You can expect busy airports, but there are some tricks to making your trip a bit less bumpy. Travel experts recommend TSA PreCheck. It costs around $85 and it's good for 5 years. Right now, a second person in your family gets $15 off if you enroll together before the end of the year.
Even if the line looks long in PreCheck, it moves so much faster because you don't have to take things out of your bag. You go through a metal detector instead of that scanner.
Travel expert Brian Kelly says digital verification platform Clear will also get you through security lines faster. The cost is $209 a year. Clear also offers a concierge service at airports that will help you check your luggage. That starts at $99. But TSA has a program that offers free assistance to all eligible passengers. Seniors over 75, people with disabilities, even parents traveling with young kids can sign up. It's called TSA Cares. Fill out the form online, or if your flight is within 72 hours, call the number on your screen and they'll help you through security. Here's what Kelly recommends not to do when traveling. Don't buy basic economy seats. You could get hit with hidden fees later.
Cheap can be expensive.
He also recommends not parking at the airport. Instead, use the app Spot Hero to find much cheaper options that are still very close to the airports. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And U.S. airports are gearing up this morning for, again, what is expected to be an extremely busy travel day.
That's right. TSA says it's fully staffed and ready to screen more than 44 million travelers during this holiday period, which began Friday, and it runs through January 4th.
And that would be a record if those projections hold up. Passengers arriving at airports will see some changes from a year ago. TSA now requires, of course, travelers to have a real ID or a passport. The agency also has a new pre-check line for members of the military and other uniformed service members.
And some airports even have dedicated screening lines for families, and passengers no longer have to take their shoes off when they go through security checkpoints.
And you know what I read this morning is something to be aware of if you're a festive traveler.
Oh, the wrapped gifts.
Well, yes, that. Don't wrap your gifts because they're going to get
security
unwrapped.
You have to unwrap them.
Yeah, if you're carrying them on, if you check them, that's okay. But also, a lot of those TSA scanners, they don't like sequins.
Oh, I heard that also this morning.
So you might have to dole down your travel attire.
Just change, you know, once you get to your destination.
Pop your sequins on when you get to where you're going. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And of course, giving you a live look outside from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. It is 5:45 on this Christmas Eve, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your forecast.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
During this special season, trust Apple Valley News Now and ABC for an awesome lineup of magical holiday shows with favorites from Disney plus more. It's all proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Merry Christmas to you and yours from Daikin, everyone at Bruce Heating and Air. We're proud to be in your community. We wish you a safe holiday and all the best in the new year.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
A Montana resort that has it all on Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have the chance for either freezing rain, a wintry mix, or snow for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys for today, tomorrow, and for Friday. So in this half hour, we're going to focus in on the Kittitas Valley. In the next half hour, we're going to bounce back to the Yakima Valley. But for this morning, could have some freezing rain before 8 a.m. After that, we'll trend warmer and we'll trend drier. Then for Christmas Day, chances for freezing rain, 10 to 30% chances before 10 a.m. After that, it looks like low in chances of of just a cold rainfall. And then into Friday, I think this is probably the most interesting day, as we'll have low end chances for freezing rain before 7 a.m. and then maybe transitioning to some snow showers after that. So if you're going to be on the roadways during any of those relevant time frames, just if you see slick spots out there on the roadways, assume that they're slick spots and not just wet spots. And of course, for all of us, all across the viewing area, you can see hour by hour precip chances just like that for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, we go from the valleys up to the mountains now, as there is another round of snow that's looming from 4 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Saturday. And it's because we just have more storm systems that are looming off in the Pacific right now. So at this exact moment, you can see some of the rain and the snow lifting off towards the north. But let's put this in motion with Futurecast radar, looking a little bit wetter by 8 a.m., then drying out, or at least trending drier into the afternoon and evening. But watch what happens for Christmas morning. This round of precip, this is what could put down some more freezing rain into the valleys. And then throughout the rest of the day on Christmas, you see another round that can maybe impact us into the evening. And then as we head into Friday, it looks as if the action's still going to be going on. So here are some of the snowfall totals we are anticipating from 4 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Futurecast didn't go out that far, but 3 to 9 inches of snow for Cascade passes, 3 to 4 inches for Blue Mountain passes. So that would be enough to have the winter safety kit and the tire chains ready to go if you dare venture over the passes during that time frame. So here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-City. Small rain chances through Friday, then dry Saturday and beyond. For Yakima, chances for freezing rain Christmas morning and Friday morning. And then in Ellensburg, the possibility of freezing rain over the next couple mornings, then perhaps some snow for Friday. Then for Hermiston, small shower chances through Friday, drying out for the weekend. And finally for Walla Walla, rain probabilities going up into Friday, then maybe some snow for Friday night into Saturday.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:51, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the top 5 local things you need to know at the 5 o'clock hour. Tacoma police say they've impounded a vehicle believed to be connected to the deadly hit and run that killed Washington State Patrol Trooper Tara Marissa Guting. She was struck and killed while investigating a crash on State Route 509 last Friday. She died at the scene despite attempts to save her life. Investigators now continuing to follow leads. They're asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers as this case remains under an active investigation.
State lawmakers are considering lowering the legal BAC limit from 0.08 to 0.05. Supporters say nearly a third of fatal crashes in the state involve alcohol, and they also point to Utah, which saw fewer alcohol-related crashes after making the change. Local prosecutors warn the change could increase DUI cases, which would put added pressure on already stretched court systems, and that's unless more state funding is provided.
And Franklin County Prosecutor Sean Sant says a surprise $160,000 budget cut could have serious consequences for his office. He says the money was needed to add another deputy prosecutor, as caseloads have nearly quadrupled since 2011. Recruiting and retaining attorneys has already been difficult, and without more staff, Sant warns delays in charging decisions and court proceedings could become more common. He says the office will continue pushing for additional funding to keep up with the growing demand.
And the Sunnyside Police Department teamed up with the city's Police Foundation and Cornerstone Church to provide meals to the community. About 20 volunteers handed out more than 300 meals to families at the drive-through event. And this marks the 3rd year the department has hosted meals for the holidays. Leaders say based on this year's turnout, they plan to continue the event next year.
And the Grand View Library is offering free activities for the community this week, including all ages crafts like DIY Christmas ornaments. That happens today. Adult arts and crafts sessions are also happening every day except for Christmas. Library leaders say it's a great way for families to stay busy without having to spend money. The library is open today from 9 to 1 for anyone who wants to join in.
In your national headlines this morning, the U.S. Supreme Court will not allow President Trump to deploy the National Guard to Chicago to protect ICE agents. Yesterday's decision was a rare loss at the High Court for the White House, as Trump has sought to send troops to multiple American cities. Federal law allows the president to federalize the National Guard when he can no longer execute the laws of the U.S. with regular forces. The court's decision was delivered 2 months after the Trump administration filed its emergency appeal.
5:54 in your business headlines this morning. A new rule by the FCC essentially bans the next generation of Chinese-made drones. The drones have dominated U.S. skies for years. However, since 2017, the foreign-made drones have been deemed a cybersecurity risk to national security. Now the FCC has banned the import, sale, and use of all new drone models made by foreign manufacturers. FCC said an executive branch group has concluded those drones were capable of surveilling, gathering data and conducting destructive operations over the U.S., and that its decision to ban them is based on that.
In your health headlines, some Medicare recipients may soon have access to weight loss drugs under a new voluntary program. Medicare is currently banned by law from covering weight loss medications, but the Trump administration and the previous Biden administration argued these drugs are necessary to combat chronic disease. The agency that oversees Medicare and Medicaid will work to negotiate lower prices with the weight loss drug makers, and it's expected to eligible beneficiaries will only have to pay $50 a month for the drugs. Medicare recipients should be able to access the weight loss drugs by July, and state Medicaid agencies can join the model program by May.
5:55 in your sports headlines. The Kraken skated to a strong win after taking control early in LA last night. Seattle jumping out to a 3-0 lead in the second period. The Kings tried to rally late with 2 goals in the third, but Seattle's defense tightened up and shut the door. Seattle showing depth on both ends of the ice, even when dealing with some lineup changes, and now turning their focus to their next match. Was that Santa there at the game?
Probably. It's a busy guy.
Santa theme?
Trending now this morning, humans aren't the only ones who get gifts for the holidays. Take a look at this video. So this cute little elephant calf at England's Whipsnade Zoo got a tasty Christmas treat.
Yeah, a wreath made of willow and conifer. You can see she wasted no time pulling it down with her growing little trunk and eating it up. Oh, hey.
Ooh.
These beautiful lynx, Amber, and Ruby also got a surprise in their habitat, Christmas crackers.
Zookeepers said they were specially made to stimulate the animals' curiosity and sense of smell.
Well, like catnip?
That's, oh my gosh, they're just like domestic house cats.
Yeah,
that's what
but
my cats act like.
Wild.
So
animals.
cute.
They're wild animals. They're cute.
Don't pet them,
but
don't get a selfie with them.
They're cute on that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't try to get a selfie with a lynx.
Never do that. Don't be that person.
Oh, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. No seniors, no shortcuts, just a fresh start. Coming up next, the first season for the Sageview basketball team and what it means for their future.
Plus, forget the okay, actually, Josh, what are you tracking?
I am tracking fog
Santa?
And Santa. And
I know him.
Freezing rain and snow for the mountains. So we'll talk about it all coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.